to another video. This one is going to be a little bit different than what we usually do. Instead of it being a title of what we're doing, it's going to be something completely different. This is a discussion of every of something like how can I say it? A discussion of putting a game that doesn't really have a complete storyline to it and make it into a complete storyline is how I'm gonna try explaining it as best I can. Um, and the game series that we are talking about will be the Spider-Man video game series. There's only two exceptions I'm making. Well, not even exceptions. The only two I'm ruling out is the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, because let's be honest, guys, those games were downright disgusting. They don't even deserve to actually be called Spider-Man. And if you guys don't believe me, look at exactly how the movies were. But anyways, there has been no official um, confirmation that any of the Spider-Man video games even follow a one big storyline. And it's also what's even um, kind of a big reason that it's obviously true is because in some of the games we've seen characters of main villains pass away, and then they get all brought back into this one big storyline, and they don't ever have a confirmed death again. So the uh, the list of the Spider-Man games have gone from Spider-Man and Intellectual Spider-Man 2 from the PlayStation 1 versions to PS2 Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, Friend or Foe, Ultimate Spider-Man. Then we get into the PlayStation 3, which is Web of Shadows, Shattered Dimensions, Edge of Time, and then here comes the newest Spider-Man game. Now, I'm only gonna say what order I think they're in right now, and I will then uh, make another video next time going through a discussion on each one, saying why I think um, these games belong in the certain order they're in. So, with all that being explained, the first game that would be coming in this big storyline would obviously be the Spider-Man from the PlayStation 2, because this is the first time, yes, even though the PlayStation 1 versions did come first, this Spider-Man game introduces, obviously, Spider-Man for the first time, showing he has powers, showing him his first beginning powers, showing the big responsibility, um, so many things like that. And again, I'll give a little summary, but not a big explanation. Um, the second part of the series of the video games would be Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 2. That one obviously brings in Dr. Octavius, brings in Rhino, and again kind of picks up right after the first one ended. Then it comes to the newest game, Marvel Spider-Man, and like I said again, especially on this part right here, you guys might have some disagreements on it, but like I said, in the next video, I will be discussing why I'm putting these games in the order that they should. I mean, that I'm putting them. But yes, like I said, it would be the newest Spider-Man after the PlayStation 2 Spider-Man 2. Then the fourth slot will go to Spider-Man 3. Um, that one is where we first get eyes on the symbiote. What is it? Also, we're getting Venom. Harry's becoming the new Goblin. We get Sandman, and also we get a good look of the black suit Spider-Man. So there's that one. The fifth one would be Spider-Man Friend or Foe, because that one we're all getting all our characters that we've already been met back into one big game. We've gotten Dr. Octavius, Green Goblin, Scorpion, who else? Spider-Man, Scorpion, Venom, Dr. Octavius, Green Goblin. There's a lot of villains that we've already met, and we're getting to see them again that we haven't seen in a long line of games. So, Spider-Man Friend or Foe comes into there. The seventh selection would obviously be Ultimate Spider-Man. And this one, it gets a little complicated on Venom and Spider-Man's storyline now. They are now related. We get a look on who Spider-Man's parents are. Well, his dad, anyways. His mom still don't get any showing of her. Got some things to say about Eddie's parents. So there's that reason. The eighth position would be Spider-Man from the PlayStation 1 version, and reason that one is there is because main reason Eddie has full control over the symbiote in this one. Not only that, Dr. Octavius, we already know that, you know, Spider-Man's like, oh, if, you know, you're lucky you don't know Dr. Octavius like I did. Obviously, that makes a good point right there. So yeah. That was 7th position, now it's 8. The 8th selection would be the Intellectual Spider-Man 2, because that one, again, picks up right after the first one ended. I don't know exactly the timeline about when they picked up, but it's pretty much an exact, like, oh, this happened and now this is happening. So, kind of instantly picks up, but not exactly. The 9th one uh, would be Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Because in this one, well, no, not Shattered Dimensions, Spider-Man Web of Shadows. Because right at the beginning of you seeing it, and obviously Spider-Man is fighting Venom, and Venom, Eddie still has control over himself, so that instantly puts that one there. And then he's starting to lose control of the symbiote. It's starting to take over the world, and again, obviously, Spider-Man is how am I going to say it? Spider-Man obviously already have fought so many villains. Obviously, Electro's already shown up here. Rhino. And the biggest point about it is that when he's on the phone with Mary Jane, she already says, you know what the black suit does to you. So, again, I'm not going to go into full detail on the argument, but that is basically the summary of why it's in this spot. The 10th Spider-Man will be Shattered Dimensions. That one has it to where we're introduced to 3 other different Spider-Men other than just the one we all know and love. We already met Mysterio. Who else? Already met Sandman. Basically, we've had to deal with Carnage in the game. Vulture. So many villains that we've already have met in our games, so it's best on this one. Then the 11th one would be Spider-Man Edge of Time, because then in that one we're back to just it being we're having it where it's Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099, so that instantly means, hey, we were introduced to Spider-Man 2099, therefore, Shattered Dimensions obviously comes after. And another big point is that even in the game, they say, Spider-Man mentions, oh, hey, so, are any of the other me's talking in my head with you? So, obviously, very obvious point right there where, you know, it should be in the position it's in. After Edge of Time, actually, I think that's now that I think about it, because I didn't forget any. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not including the Amazing Spider-Man. That's kind of what I forgot. Maybe that's why I'm thinking there's more than the ones I said. But with that being said, that is the Spider-Man games I've ranked from 1 to 11. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 1, 2. The newest Marvel one is 3. Spider-Man 3 is 4. Friend or Foe is 5. Ultimate Spider-Man 6. Spider-Man PlayStation 1, 7. Intellectual Spider-Man 2 is 8. Web of Shadows 9. Shattered Dimensions 10. And Edge of Time is 11th. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for the discussion on this. Like I said, just leave in the comments about what, um, if there was a big storyline, what would you put these Spider-Man games into? Um, but like I said, the next time I do a live stream, well, not next time, but when I make another discussion about this, I will go on why I'm saying they should, the games are in this order. Um, I don't know how I'll organize it that way, but I will do some thinking and we will figure that point out. But anyway, guys, please, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my opinion about this. And again, put in the comments of what you think. Um, and I will talk about the explanation. What your guys' thoughts on it would be when I do it next time. Otherwise, peace, love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. If I can end it.